Hey guys, this is George with Firehouse Music, and today I want to talk to you about how to develop creativity. This is a topic that comes about with my students every once in a while, and it's kind of sad because they come to me and they tell me, I feel like I don't have what it takes to be a musician because I'm not creative enough. And the reality is that creativity is a skill, just like everything else, so you have to practice it. But most students don't know how. So I'm gonna give you a few ideas, things that have helped me. I've certainly gone through that when you feel that you're not good enough. And but that's not real. That's just your ego talking. Just make sure that you spend the time developing the skill, and I promise you it will come. So here's the first thing. You need to be willing to write a lot of crappy stuff. If you're a lead guitar player, you need to be willing to write a lot of crappy licks before the good licks start to come out. I had this thing, and this is a good idea for you guys if you want to try it. I would transcribe all these licks, not just licks that I come up with myself, but licks that I would copy from other people. It's totally okay, by the way, to copy licks from other guitar players, 100% okay. Think about music like a language, right? So if you are playing, or when you're a baby and you're learning to talk, you don't come up with your own language. No, you listen to your parents, you listen to grown-ups and stuff, and then a little bit at a time you pick up words, and then you learn how to speak. Playing is the same way. You listen to your favorite guitar players. I think for me, it was Jimmy Page and Eric Clapton on my first few days, and then later, or months. And then I think it was Slash and Kirk Hammett, and then Marty Friedman was a big influence, and so on. Different guitar players. And copy them, note for note, learn to play them, and then start modifying them a little bit at a time. Your style will eventually come. In the beginning, it's going to be an amalgamation of the guitar players that you listen to, and then you'll eventually start to sound like you. So that's one thing that you can totally do. But the thing that I was doing, I would transcribe this on a notebook. And after the notebook was full in a year or maybe 18 months, I would go and I would retranscribe those same licks onto a new notebook, with the caveat that I would go back and look, through everything, make sure I was worthy to passing on to the next book. And initially, like 75% of the licks were no good. I'd be like, I don't know why I even wrote this down. This is trash. I'll just keep like these 25% of the licks that are good. And then I would continue to add licks, through the years. And then once again, the notebook was full, and I think I've done that like 3 or 4 times. And I think I'm at like 186 licks I counted today. And those licks they're a lot better than what I had in the beginning. But I'm sure if I go through them again, I'm gonna find licks that I don't like. And because my taste has evolved, I've become a better player. The things that I look for are different than what I was looking for a few years ago, and that's a good indication that you're growing as a player. So that's one idea. Something else that I did this as an experiment because I wanted to find the link between chords and emotion. It sounds a little ridiculous now, but at the time, it seemed like a really good idea. So I would play these chords and be like, man, what do I see? What do I hear? What do I smell when I play this chord? And I did that for a while, and I would like write down these lengthy descriptions, and I would notate the chord on the staff even to make sure that I got just the right voicing for every chord. And about 6 months later, I went back looking through them. And what I realized was that it didn't work because it didn't work for the purpose that I was trying to find, which was finding a universal, this catalog of emotions that I could just draw from when I was writing. It didn't work because depending on how I felt that day, I didn't know that back then, I know it now, the description would change. But what that did do for me, it forced me to listen to the chord in a more creative way, because I couldn't just rely on my technical knowledge and be like, yeah, this is a minor chord with a raised 11th and if it's a minor chord, it's a flat 5 in a major 6th. Like that meant nothing. And no, I needed to find a color, a sensation, an emotion, something that I could describe the mood of the chord. And even though the exercise didn't work as this universal dictionary that I wanted it to be, it did create a stronger creative connection with the chord. You may want to try that yourself. Play all the chords that you know and see what you can come up with. And even though there's no universal answer, you will find like a mood for the chord. And who knows, you may even like have songwriting ideas by doing this. Creativity is like, it's a skill just like anything else. You work it, as you practice, you'll develop it. Try and use some of the ideas that I've expressed in this video and see if they help. Then maybe they'll take you in that direction, in the direction that you want to go. So remember, you need to be willing to write a lot of subpar stuff, and over time the quality will improve. You may write 1,000, maybe 100 licks, and one lick is good. When you play 1,000, you may get a few more that are good. By the time you've done 10,000 licks, you have quite a few good licks. So that's one good thing. And then think creatively, like the whole thing with the exercise, with the chords, the imagery with the chords, and thinking of licks and music as a language, that analogy. All those, they're not really original ideas. I think I got the chord idea from Steve Vai and the language music analogy from Scott Henderson. But those things help me realize and understand how music, it's not this magical thing, even though it feels that when you play it and when you hear somebody that's really good, it feels like magic. That's why we love it. But it's not magic. It's a skill. In creativity in music is a skill. So don't give up, don't despair. Just keep practicing, and I promise you, you're gonna develop that creativity that your heroes have. As always, don't forget to subscribe and like the video, share it if you think somebody else needs it, and yeah, see you guys next time.